It's your boy Biggz, man. Right now, I'm rocking with thecloutcloud in Richmond. You already know what it is, man. Prime Records, DNA Studio. Baltimore, Maryland, man. Born and raised. And then, by way of Virginia. I moved to Virginia when I was about 14, so I always count half and half, you feel me? I got started in the game when I was 14. I had moved to Virginia, and it's crazy because I had actually moved to Virginia Beach right across from Bridle Creek, where Pusha T, Pharrell, Timbaland, all of them was from. And it's crazy. It took me to a whole around loop. So I started there, and then I kind of like looped back around, and now I'm where they was at. Yeah, that's right, Team Timbo. I did some stuff on Empire, like some of the intros on Empire, and that whole Team Timbo time was crazy. Like, it was definitely some times, man. My favorite memory of being a part of Team Timbo was, man, it was so many, bro. Maybe, I don't even know, bro. I think it was when I figured out the producers that he had under him and how to work that system of producers. So it was really like just learn. Like, one day he came in and they was showing, like, he was introducing me to it was like 2 new signees, and then next thing you know, they producer for this person, that person, and just seeing how that system is ran and how it inspired me to do the same thing and more, you know what I mean, and give opportunities, because that was one thing I didn't understand when I was with them, is how to give opportunity to other producers and artists like myself. Just with Prime, just putting people on the map in that area of Norfolk, Virginia Beach, the 7 cities, and, just anybody I was plugged with. So, like, we started off with some really dope artists, and they were dope. It's something, just things go on in between the business or whatever, so you kind of got to let go. But we do have some future artists that's really dope, like Flex, and then I got Germany Bad. Flex is more pop, and Germany Bad, she's trap hip hop. She fire though. That whole system of marketing, really just figuring out who they are. Because once you understand who the artist is, you'll be able to you'll be able to find the people to, market to them. So just really understanding them and going back to that process of how they work as an individual. Sometimes we do a little like mental therapy, sit down and do, just, get in their head and figure out what's going on, make sure everything is good, and help them figure out problems mentally, so that way, because the mental health with them usually is the key to everything that has to do with their marketing. So, like, wherever they're at from a mental standpoint, that's who the people they'll engage with the most, or will engage with them the most, because they're the most relative to them. So, and once you go through that stage, it's good because you help them get through certain barriers in life, and also help them gain exposure in the fan base and people that's going to grow with them for life. My mentality, me being who I am, attracts all the attention. And I kind of get to be the test dummy for a lot of things, and helping people get over that fear of whatever it is, you know what I mean? So, like, signing to a record label, everybody's like, no, don't sign, don't do this. What if they try to take this, take that? Give a fuck. Like, I still own all my shit, and I know my people, like, I still own the rights to everything. So, like, and I went out there, took that risk, now everybody want to do it. You know what I mean? It's opened the door. That's how you open doors, by opening their minds. And when you open their minds, it's you can always go back and forth through that door if you want to. You feel me? And other people gonna be able to walk through that door. The real answer to that is letting your work speak for itself. They really came looking for me because my work spoke for itself. They were interested in what I was doing, what I had going on. They wanted a piece of it. If you're doing something successful, somebody want a piece. People with more money want to invest in it and make money with you. And that's just business. So, like, just that whole, like, signing, it started off as, like, they just reached out to me in the email. And at first, like, that's why I say, like, most people right there would have just went and threw away the email, would have been like, this some bullshit, or, they'd have took weeks to get, get through the shit, and they be stuck in their head about it. I talked to DJ Payne One. That's one of my homies in the industry, and he had a contract in there from them too, the same one. And he was like, "Oh shit, I overlooked it. Thanks for putting me on to it." You know what I mean? And now he's doing interviews and stuff with them too. And he got a little publishing things going on or whatever. He's doing his business with him. So, it's just, and that's somebody that I kind of look up to because Payne One is dope, and he's been in the game for a minute, and I aspire to get to that sound that he produces. So, for him to say that and for me to be ahead of that, of somebody that I look up to, and not ahead in the sense of work, but in the sense of taking risk and going out there and really doing something big, and it inspire him to do it, that's something that people just don't feel every day. A lot of people can't say they did that. You know what I mean? So, and that's how I like to live my life, just feeling new experiences daily. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'll always go the opposite direction of everybody else, because that's where I win. The moves that I make, when I start making the move, all right, so I'll take it back to my last break. I just took like 2 or 3 months off from the studio, working with people, engineering, just to focus on me and figure out what the fuck I feel like doing next. And that was like one of the most scariest times of my life, because it's like I made it to where I want to be. I don't have to wake up and do nothing. I can really chill and I don't have shit to do. You know what I mean? Let me plan. That's when I called Joe. I was like, yo, like, how you feel about being my manager? I hit D up, start putting my team together. D started getting publicists and A&Rs and putting the whole thing together. And now we got like a 11-man team just working for Team Biggz. And we really trying to take this to the next level. And it all started from me being in the house like, yo, I need to take it to the next level, because I'm watching everybody else for 2-3 months, just not knowing where to go next and not understanding how to take it to the next level. And I'm so embedded and I work so hard in this game. Like, I don't stop working. So, like, I'm always ahead of everybody else. You know what I mean? So, for me to have that knowledge and not expound on it and show people how to get through that next way, I feel like it would be selfish of me. You feel me? Open the door for the next people coming after me, because it's still people with bigger dreams than me that want to get through this door and want to take it even further. So who am I to be content after I work so hard to gain this knowledge and hold it back from them? I got to get through the door, because most of the time they have everything it takes to take it to that next level. They just don't understand that they have it, and they don't know what to do other than watch somebody else do it, because they're not going to come up and ask you, yo, how you do this or how you do that. So you got to show them. Relentless work ethic and not giving a shit of what anybody say about you. Like, high self-esteem, no matter who you are. If you understand who you are and you confident in who you are, you're going to be the fucking realest and you're going to be successful. And shit, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care what nobody think of me or how they feel about it. And the last bit of people that I did give a fuck who cared about it, I just stopped and started doing what I was doing, and I superseded all of them. And it's sad to say sometimes, because some of them you want to be with you while you doing this, but you see who I'm up here with now, and that's just how I go. So I do offer services, which are my most important one is the label meetings, and you can get a meeting with Atlantic. We got Rock Nation, Def Jam, Sony, and a whole bunch more. So and you'll just get a Zoom call with them, get to talk to them on a Zoom call for like 30 minutes or an hour, and just get information that you need to get through that door. You'll also be able to connect with them from that point moving forward. If they're interested in you, they'll actually sign you and give you a deal or set up a situation. So it's endless opportunity with that one. We also provide marketing services, digital marketing services, which is getting your SEOs right, getting your keywords and everything right as far as your videos and Instagram, and of course running the ads, Facebook ads, and everything is through your Facebook. So it's all official, running ads, and we can pinpoint exactly who you want to pinpoint, even if it's that person on your block. we could pinpoint your whole block and promote to your whole block without you even have to press a button. So it's so many ways, man, and we come up with different strategies just depending on if it's a producer or a rapper. We understand the artist and we work with the artist and just kind of get to know them, like I said before, just understand them mentally so we can understand where we need to drop the pin at for their marketing. We definitely got playlists. It's a number of playlists that range on Spotify, and they definitely shout out King Sunji. My boy is up there doing numbers. He hit about 100K not too long ago, and then the monthly subscribers went crazy. Germany Bad, she doing crazy numbers, and that's on her own. Like this is fresh, me and her. So I was just excited to see that. But yeah, and then we taking her to the next level and just developing strategies and stuff like that. So it's just a number of people, and we got numbers of labels and also the connections. Okay, so the industry connection. So this is how it works. Everybody in the game has an agent, which is the one that books your events and the middleman to your manager to get your events. You have your manager, your business manager, of course, and everybody has a publicist or a few publicists or a few managers. All of them, you can have a few of each one of them, but mainly the publicist, the agent, and the manager. And I have access to all of these people in the game. Everybody from the top Drake to Adele, Oprah, Tyler Perry, like anybody in the game, NFL players, NBA players, and it's just so many different people. So yeah, holla at me for that. And you can always hit up my managers to get these services done. So hit up D or hit up Joe, and they'll get everything locked in for you. You feel me? So the artists I'm gravitating towards right now are they gotta have a buzz. At this point, I need a buzz. Um, Sonically, it's no specific one. I just want somebody that's dope. But I gotta feel it. I gotta feel it deep down inside, and I just gotta feel like they got it. You know what I mean? So, and that's really you can't pinpoint it because it comes in so many forms. So, I love SoundCloud rappers though. I definitely listen for those rappers on the come up on SoundCloud. Put your music everywhere. If you're gonna put music out, put it everywhere. Why you think Rick Ross and all them still drop on SoundCloud? They may be charging, but it's still up there. It's everywhere. Like easy access. The easier you can give it to people, the better your results are gonna be, and the easier you can get it to the people that want your music, the more your numbers go up. So yeah, keep that in mind. Well, owning a recording studio, DNA with my partner, Mr. Darren and Hayes Banks, it's been a journey and it's been a blessing because when I had nobody to go to, Mr. Darren opened his doors up for his studio and was like, "Yo, come in here." Granted, he ain't had nobody running it, but he won't hurt him for nothing. Like he was chilling, he was good with having it. So he was like, "Come in here, build Prime Records up, and get your shit together." And that's what I did. And we got Prime Records going. I got all my family together and all my friends. I call them family. And, gave everybody an opportunity. And from there, it grew to a business. Now we have a 2,000 square foot warehouse where you can shoot movies. We've been shooting movies, music videos. We had the McLaren in there the other day with the Rolls Royces and Bentleys and all that. Like, we got 2 recording studios, a photography studio, offices. It's like, who knew it was gonna get that big? And even where we at now and where we about to take it is getting really, it's getting huge, grande. So it's a blessing, man. I thank God every morning for it. Just alongside with having my brothers at Eagle Lodge, like they just giving me a lot of guidance on how to just know myself. My core sets of values: having a silent tongue, attentive ear, and a faithful heart. You had those 3 things, you'll be all right. And just don't fuck nobody over, because it's going to come back. Then I'm an open book. What you see is what you get, really. That's it for real. And I work hard. Like, my work ethic is relentless. Like, you probably don't know nobody that work harder than me. And the crazy thing is nobody knows how hard I work. That's key. First and foremost, I want to shout out God. I want to shout out my grandmother and my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my girl, and my kids. And then furthermore, I want to thank myself for just staying focused. And I want to shout out my lodge, Eagle Lodge number 8, DNA Studio, Prime Records. Because without those 3 things, it definitely would, the circulation wouldn't run it smooth. You feel me? Shout out to the Clout. I appreciate y'all for even taking your time out to let me come up here and just breathe this air. This is a good atmosphere, and it's a blessing to be here. And it definitely opened my mind up to more things. So shout out to Clout. And if anybody want to reach me, hit me up. This is Biggz, THISISBIGGZ. Subscribe to the Clout. Keep your head in the clouds. We're a lot.